So the story that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today is titled Numazu, the ancient history behind the earthquake causing catfish, which originated in Tokyo, Japan. So a Numazu is it's a normal type of catfish, which typically lives underground in rivers or caverns. But just a normal catfish. It still has the long whiskers, the big eyes on the side of his head, and black skin. But in Japan, earthquakes are actually super common. They happen all the time. And in the past, it was actually believed that dragons were the cause of these earthquakes. But in the Edo period, which was 1603 to 1868, that blame actually shifted from the dragons to the catfish. And in between that time, on November 11th, 1855, there was a huge earthquake, a devastating earthquake that clocked in at 7.1 magnitude, lasted for 9 days with 80 aftershocks. There were thousands of homes lost, thousands of lives lost, so it was just a tragic event, basically. But after this occurred, artists started producing artwork that kind of just depicted everything that was going on at the time. So people started associating these earthquakes with the catfish. And then in one of the paintings, we see a man who was considered the god of thunder and the sword, named Taki Mikazuchi, standing next to a big rock or a boulder that's pinned down on a Namazu's head. So he was kind of seen as somewhat of a protector. And it's believed that on the 10th month of the year on the lunar calendar, that he takes like a meeting or a break that supposedly allows earthquakes to happen at this time. But after this huge earthquake occurred, people actually looked at this event as an agent of change. For the rich people, it was sort of looked at as a bad thing, of course, because they were the ones that had to spend the money to rebuild the city, rebuild their homes. But for the lower income individuals, it was actually seen as a good thing because they were the ones receiving the money for rebuilding everything, rebuilding the city, rebuilding the homes and whatnot. And then you had other individuals who actually looked at this as a warning from above against foreigners, just because this was the time that Japan actually opened their borders to the West for trading and whatnot. And then some people just believed there was a yin and yang imbalance, but overall there was just a lot of different beliefs that were going on. But to clarify, most people didn't actually believe that the catfish or the Namazu was the one causing the earthquakes. It was more so just a symbol depicted by the artists. But as far as what we can see today, when we look at pictures from that event, we'll see rich people throwing money down to the lower income individuals. We'll see certain people actually dining with the Namazu, the ones that were happy about it. We'll see some people beating up the Namazu, the ones that were mad about it, of course. And then you'll actually see the Namazu in certain video games. I believe there's a certain type of Pokemon, I don't know which one, which causes destruction. It's seen in certain TV shows where it causes destruction. So the Namazu's actually continued that trend. So it's interesting to see how that played out over the course of time. But that is the story of the Namazu catfish.